Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Falco are champions! Good up, Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that!
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Laurel Hill Park in Secaucus. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game in Frame, and we are finally ready to get the APSL Metropolitan Conference underway again in the 2026 calendar year. We've got a fun one today for you between Hoboken FC and Central Park Rangers. Hoboken coming in third in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. They are 1 point behind Lansdowne Yonkers in second place, but they do have a game in hand. They come in 1 point ahead of New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms, who they have had lots of problems playing the game that they're supposed to have been played against them. We'll get into that a little later. CPR has one more game on Hoboken. They've played 10 so far this year. They are in ninth, 4 points behind Richmond County in 8th place. They are 1 point ahead of Vistula Garfield in 10th. A bad run of form could see them get sucked towards the relegation fight, which is something that they do not want to have happen. These two teams played each other in late October. It was October the 23rd. Hoboken ran out of that one a 5-1 win in Randall's Island. It's going to be a fun matchup here on Game in Frame, so hang in with us right after this for all of the action. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Here at Laurel Hill, two teams that have been chomping at the bit to get going. Hoboken haven't played a league match since November 23rd, when they suffered an upset loss here against Doxa 2-1. Their last competitive match was on December 7th in the New Jersey state qualifying for the National Amateur Cup against Kearney Scots American. That was a 5-0 win there in the quarterfinals. CPR have been in action a little bit more recently. They played Leros in January, lost that match 3-2. The high-powered offense of Hoboken. They've scored 34 goals this year. Only twice have they scored fewer than 2. They start us off. Hoboken in their traditional all-blue. CPR in black and red, and an immediate foul. That was Samuel Epitim going down. Brian Paredes out here to the right to Adam Garner. Garner into the middle looking for Tyler Diaz. Didn't get a sweet touch off of his chest there. Diaz, one of the goal scorers in that 5-1 win between these two teams in October. Brought back to Stefan Koroman. Now Matthew Gautrell. Gautrell fires that one over to Cam McGregor. McGregor looking for Mike Bello. It's cleared out, but not out of danger. Mike Park, the captain, looking to fire that one long. It's blocked, but Hoboken retaining again. Fast start from Hoboken. And there's another shot to Epitim. Ouch! He has taken 2 big hits. And James Turpak, number 66, is in red, is going to get a talking to there. Turpak, one of the stalwarts of this CPR team. They're not going to want him to be walking on eggshells. Now, Hoboken bringing some of their targets forward. It's Diaz to deliver. Towards the box, flicked on by Koroman, but well beyond the near post. Rajawan Juisi, the CPR goalkeeper, not troubled by that. That is brought forward. Koroman got in the way here. Could not, Maynor Palacios couldn't keep it out, or couldn't keep it in rather. Hurtado, Ivan Hurtado, playing in midfield today, which is a little bit farther up than we've seen him normally. Here's Epitim. Gets a clean pass away. Paredes, receiving from Park. Now Garner. This is going to be an interesting place to watch when Hoboken has it on the ball. CPR has seemed to have more problems defensively when the ball is on that right side. Here's Mike Bello. He's a problem for any defense. Bello! Early goal! Mike Bello did it again! Mike Bello! It's like clockwork. Hoboken plays, Mike Bello scores. In the 4th minute, his 3rd of the year in his 3rd match of the year for Hoboken. And Hoboken taking a lightning fast lead. That has been one of their defining traits this year, is just this insanely powered offense. Only New York Greek Americans have scored more in the conference. There are only one or two more teams in the entirety of the APSL that have picked up more goals. And now CPR find themselves chasing early. Ball is retained by Diaz. Good play. Here's Park. Mike Billow joined the team in March of last year. He has scored now, if my calculations are correct, in every APSL game he has played in a Hoboken shirt. And that's going to be a foul on Diaz. And CPR can breathe for a hot second. Zachary Golan gets it back into play. Turpak trying to switch. Cam McGregor is right there. McGregor, not a guy CPR wants on the ball. He scored a hat trick against them last time out. Here's Epi-Team. Hoboken slashing through. Epi-Team, what a play! Juisi coming up and getting the touch on it. That last little touch on that dribble by Epi-Team, a little too hard. Stephen Cooper. And there's Gotrell immediately stepping in. Hoboken starting this match looking like they've been shot out of a cannon. And a stoppage there as an extra ball on the pitch. Gotrell wins the throw-in. Pressure from Diaz. That is going to be a foul. Owen Morgan there trying to push upfield. And now CPR back into play. Johan Mejia making a run from the fullback spot. That was a good ball from Cooper. Garner. That's headed away by Korelman. Kept in the danger area by Turpak, and a shot. Easily saved by Andrew Bordy. Bordy, one of the best in this conference, easily. Here is Cameron McGregor. That is flicked out for a throw. Garner will take this. Throw comes in. Hurtado. Good switch, finding Gotrell. Gotrell. Looking to serve it in. That was headed away by Mejia. Hurtado kind of rolling that one for placement and just skipped wide. CPR looking a little shell-shocked here as to just how quickly and how hard Hoboken have come out of the gates. Gotrell, now Park. Park powers through, gets it out to Garner. Garner, that ball is deflected, and Juisi couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a corner. Hoboken showing no signs of rust. Header! Oh, what a goal! It's Bello again! Two in 10 for Mike Bello. Found himself a pocket of space in there. And the point blank header. Hoboken are running rampant right now. CPR have barely had a moment to breathe, it feels. Throw in here. Park bodying up on defense. Morgan looking for Palacios there. McGregor takes it off, but Mejia with a good play. Here's Cooper. Morgan. Into the middle, good play to Matthew Behringer, but that's taken off of him. Morgan stepping out from midfield. Turpak. Not seeing anybody that he can get the ball to. Bello with the press. Gotrell missing that header a little bit, but turned out all right for him. Hurtado wins the ball in the air. Epiteam fighting with Morgan. Morgan comes out with it. Now with the ball out on the right side. Has to back it up. Turpak looking to shoot it into the box. Turpak back in. Koreman with the header. Good pass by Gotrell. Off balance. Found Diaz. Garner couldn't keep that in. Here's Palacios. And Hurtado had position there. Palacios going down pretty easy. Gotrell. The pace of this match so far, outstanding. Alec Pineda heading that back in. He gets stopped up though. Cooper. Gotrell. Now Diaz. Epiteam. And he's fouled again. And a yellow will come out now for Turpak. Oh no, sorry, that's not Turpak. That is... Might need to figure out the ID on that. a little bit later. I don't know if we have him on our roster information. Here's McGregor. He just brushes Mejia aside, and that's another one for Mike Bello. A great ball by McGregor. A 15-minute hat trick. Mike Bello and Hoboken absolutely in control. And Hoboken aren't letting up either. Palacios. Morgan. Looking for Alec Pineda. Palacios. Garner facing him up. And McGregor is going to get called for the foul there. Three 0. We are 16 minutes into this match. Mike Bello absolutely rampant. That is a little bit too much on that free kick. Samuel Urban was the taker there, and he just put it past everybody. And no control there from Pineda. Park. Ryan Paredes coming up from the back now. Diaz with a step. Paredes. Garner. It's going to be a Hoboken throw. Paredes joyriding a little bit. And there are already some heads that are down with CPR. Diaz looking for one. That one goes long. Juisi, who really hasn't had a prayer on any of these goals. It's nothing about him. And referee's going to bring that back for a foul to Owen Morgan. He's looking for an advantage, didn't see one in the end. Cooper. Urban. Morgan. The pressure from Bello. He's fouled. Cooper. Morgan. And I think he was trying to send that in to his man in the middle of the box there. Morgan. This is better for CPR. Palacios! And he gets one back! A lapse for Hoboken there. We've seen 4 goals in 20 minutes out of this game. It's 3-1. Diaz trying to launch that, and that will probably have brightened CPR spirits a little bit. A 15-minute hat trick by Mike Bello. Maynor Palacios has responded with one in the 20th. Now here's Matthew Barringer. Barringer and Paredes tackles that out for a throw. This game will not let up. Mejia floats that to the back post. It was over the head of his man. It bounces off of a Hoboken man last. And they're going. Trying to take that quickly. Mejia. Oh, he loses that to Diaz. This is a problem now for CPR. It's Diaz and it's McGregor. Diaz. McGregor, what a play, but it's, I was going to say, a great defensive play. But Hoboken take that right back on an own goal. That was Zachary Golan trying to keep the ball from away from Cam McGregor, and instead it was taken away, I think. Need to replay that in my mind by Stephen Cooper. It was Golan that it deflected off of after the tackle was made. And CPR find themselves right back where they were. This is a lot of pent-up energy between these two teams. Here's another loft up. Golan heads that away. Here's Mejia now. Mejia. Morgan. Urban. Urban looking for Turpak. Big diagonal switch. Koroman heads it away. And that is Gotrell to put it further up. Diaz tried to return that ball to Bello. Epi team though. That's some rugby tackling going on there, and the foul goes Hoboken's way. This has been feels like the Kentucky Derby a couple of months early. the speed with which this game is being played. Diaz getting through traffic, fouled. This might be on the edge of direct range. Hoboken up 4-1 and looking for more. Diaz and Park are standing with this kick. 4 in the wall. Turpak's not far from it either. Diaz, saved by Juisi. That was heading for the upper corner there. CPR are going to want to tighten up, though. The last time they had a corner kick to defend, Bello found some space. That goes deep, far post, and a foul in the box. Mike Bello came into this match with 2 goals. At this rate, he's going to start threatening Cam McGregor, who has 8. 3 of them coming against this CPR team, and now his 3rd assist as well. Paredes trying to switch that to Gotrell. He overhit it a little bit. But it might not matter. Yeah, Gotrell retreating back to get it. Koreman sends that out well before Behringer can get him to really press. Epiteam carrying through the middle. Diaz. Bello was offside. And it looks... Yeah, now we're looking for a new ball is what's going on there. They were pointing over to the sideline, and I thought for a second it looked like CPR was about to put somebody out for a sub, but a little early for that, even now. Park. Hoboken just flying to every ball. Bordy to Garner. Garner, a little bit too much pressure there. Morgan. Out to Turpak. Urban. Sends that out to the left. Mejia. Behringer dropped way back here. Here comes Turpak. And that cross blocked. And up over the sideline. Over the sideline fence, I should say. If you'd like to tune in to some more APSL action like this, next week, Saturday the 14th, New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms will be facing Vistula Garfield. That's at 8 p.m. And then on Sunday the 15th, Leros will play host to Hoboken. That's at 6. Long ball here for McGregor. It's headed away. The last game of the evening, Zum Schneider against the New York Athletic Club. That's at 7:30 on the 15th. Foul there called against McGregor. This game has been unrelenting from the first minute. And Cooper gets fouled there by Diaz, and we're going to get a yellow for Diaz. First Hoboken player to be put into the book. Gotrell gets to it ahead of his man and just shepherds it out. Guys are slacking. It's been 6 minutes since the last goal was scored. Morgan trying to take that off his chest. Diaz again with the pressure, but Morgan comes out of it this time. Turpak trying to move it into the middle. Koreman blocks the cross that is off of CPR last. Gotrell with a good play. Gotrell out there playing a good left back. He's out there, the usual left back for Hoboken. Kiroy Lionel still serving a suspension after he got sent off against Lansdowne Yonkers at the beginning of November. Behringer a little bit too hard. That's going to be a goal kick. Palacios trying to find Behringer on this left side. And Bordy puts it back into play immediately. No wasted motion, it seems, in this match. Epi team. Now Bello. Bello. A little bit too high for McGregor, who certainly will want to get on this goal feast himself. Diaz pressing again. Garner wins the header, but it's right to Mejia. Palacios, CPR's goal scorer. Trying to get that into the right channel, but it's too much. If you've just joined us, you've missed about what would normally be an hour's worth of football. A 15-minute hat trick by Mike Bello to start the game for Hoboken. Maynor Palacios responded with a goal, but an own goal off of... Oh, what a save by Bordy! That did not look like it was going to be as much trouble as it turned out to be. Bordy going up right at the end. To tip that over the bar. Palacios will send it in. Bordy has it. One of the best in the APSL in terms of controlling that box, not letting the crosses become something that will be dangerous. Epi team to Garner. Garner's square is cut out. Urban picked up. Morgan again. Gonna take this long, but it will trickle into the box, and Bordy will have that easily. Quick throw out to Palacios. 35th minute now. That's a good ball to Epiteam from Garner. Cooper gets to it first, and he's going to run it out. Juisi puts it back into play. Golan. Turpak. Diaz and Morgan fighting again, and another whistle. Diaz is going to have to be careful here, playing under caution. The last thing Hoboken would want is to go down to 10 men and give CPR that burst of life. Park. Garner. Epiteam on the overlap. He's got targets in the box now. To the byline. Up. Bello looking to try to get a leg up. It's a little bit too far for him, but Gotrell. That ball into Bello. Bello across the goal mouth. Epiteam looking for a tight angle. Bello's ball might have taken a little deflection on its way through. And extra balls coming everywhere. Juisi will send it out. Up high, McGregor. And Bello beyond the last man. The wheels must be turning in the minds of the coaching staff on the CPR bench. McGregor going to get called for a foul there. And McGregor is going to get a talking to. Been playing with some reckless abandon. Urban. Park coming off of him, and referee puts the call in for CPR's throw. That was, and Mejia trying to gain a couple yards. Mejia backing it up to Cooper. Long, towards Behringer. Korelman heads it away. Behringer trying to go get it. McGregor beaten to it just by Alec Pineda. It's going to be a CPR throw. About 5.5 minutes until this breathless first half comes to a close. And maybe we can all breathe for a second. Behringer, Palacios. Off to Mejia. That's a good move by Palacios trying to get to Epiteam, but Epiteam recovers. That was shoulder to shoulder. That was a good recovery by Sam Epitim. Here is Paredes. That was a little bit inaccurate. Paredes, one of the old guard players from Hoboken that are fast vanishing. Epitim gets that out, but Pineda coming in now. Good tackle by Paredes again. Too many P names in one part of the field there. Juicy flicks that up over Bello's head to get to Mejia. Cooper. Bello and Diaz kind of lurking there. It's looks like there's been a bit of a formation shift for Hoboken since that fourth goal, since the own goal by Zach Golan. They started the game in a 4-3-3. It looks like they've gone to a 4-4-2 now. It's going to be Hoboken's ball. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. It's another foul by Diaz, and Hoboken coach Matt Farrell might want to think about a move at halftime for Diaz's own safety. Ball out from the back from Hoboken, a little wild. Pineda with Park shadowing him. Turpak underlapping now. Now a Hoboken man down. That is McGregor. CPR playing on. Cooper. Here's Urban. Pineda. Morgan. CPR trying to ramp up some pressure in these last 5 minutes of the half. Maybe get a second to go into the break with and give themselves a little bit of life. Bello loses that one out to Golan. Palacios on the other side now. That's Hurtado who takes it, and now McGregor is moving hard the other way. McGregor! Shot is blocked. I think that was Turpak. And another corner for Hoboken. And when McGregor gets ahead of steam like that, there's just no stopping him. Between him and Bello, this has to be one of the scariest striking groups, not only in this division, but throughout the league. Ball in by Diaz, doesn't get past the first man. But Paredes steals that ball from Palacios, and Juicy has to punch that over. Referee indicating 1 minute of stoppage time, it looks like. Diaz heads over to the left. Up it goes again. Morgan, the first man. Paredes trying to volley that. And McGregor comes in off off the rebound. It was another good save by Juisi, but he couldn't get it over the bar that time. And in the 45th minute, Hoboken have already equaled the scoreline that they had on CPR back in October, over 90. 5-1 Hoboken. 9th of the year for Cam McGregor. And CPR will have to come out with a plan B. At this point, maybe a plan K or L. They're going to be burning through letters of the alphabet, and that is going to be halftime. An absolutely breathless 45 minutes from Laurel Hill Park. A 15-minute hat trick by Mike Bello. Maynor Palacios responding in the 20th minute with a goal. But an own goal off of Zachary Golan, one that he really couldn't do anything about. And a final strike from Cam McGregor. Have resulted in a 5-1 Hoboken lead. We're halfway home at Laurel Hill Park. Hoboken 5, CPR 1. Stay with us.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
Welcome back to Laurel Hill. Getting ready for the start of the second half. Hoboken leading CPR 5-1. Mike Bello with a first half 15-minute hat trick to start the game up. Then Maynor Palacios scoring for CPR, but an own goal off of Zach Golan and a goal by Cam McGregor have snuffed out any sort of thought of a comeback, at least for the time being. There are some visible changes to talk to you guys about. Yamil Macias has taken over for Andrew Bordy in goal. Also have Miguel Sencion on the field, number 19. He is there, I think, for Tyler Diaz. Diaz was booked in the first half and had looked like he had started to push it a little bit. Some changes as well on CPR's side. Cesar Buitrago, number 21, is on the field, as is Abdul Karim Ba, number 12. An apology also for Marcial Viveros, number 18 for CPR. He was the player whose roster information we missed at the beginning of the game. So apologies to him. He is out there still. He is carrying a yellow card into the second half. Jonathan Mejia, number 24, I think also might have come up onto the field at this point. Yes, that is Jonathan Mejia. Not necessarily a surprise that CPR wanted to change some things. They try to go quickly. Viveros bumps Garner into the ball there. Corner taken short. That was Mike Behringer into the middle. Matthew Gotrell with the clearance. Here's Ba's first touch. James Turpak. And Epitime pulled back. Gotrell to trigger it back in. He'll bring it back to Stefan Koroman. Now Brian Paredes. And now Park. Paredes again. I made mention in the first half of the old guard of Hoboken, which is really represented right now on the field by Park, by Paredes. It was by Bordy as well. That's intercepted by Behringer, but taken right back by Park. Gotrell. Ooh, good move by Gotrell. Looking for McGregor, back post. Epitime steps in. McGregor! That ball is deflected. That's going to be a throw-in deep down the far side. Now, this Hoboken team has really transformed since the end of last season. McGregor, obviously, guys like Hurtado, Koroman coming in after the departure of longtime stalwarts. Epitime fouling Alec Pineda there. Longtime stalwarts like Corey and Spencer Burkhart Dante Petrocelli and his brother Enzo also stepping away after last year, after their victory in the New Jersey Open Cup final against Ironbound in July. Epi team avoids Pineda and looked like he was trying to bend that over from McGregor, who acknowledges it. Behringer with Korman on him, and that's going to be an own goal! The second own goal we have seen today, this time by Paredes. And just a couple of minutes in, it's the 49th minute. That makes it 5-2. It's still a mountain to climb for CPR. Now this is Hoboken needing to focus in a little bit. That's a handball off Hurtado, and he knew it. Hoboken's issues over the last couple of years, as they've finished in 5th place over the last 2 years, has been taking early leads and then kind of going to pieces later on. They've done much better with that this season, in part thanks to the fact that they've just absolutely gone crazy scoring goals, which was a big problem for them last year after they lost Ali Dawa to Lansdowne. Here comes McGregor. Bello just a little bit far for him. Juisi claiming that. Now here come CPR again. Behringer with Park on him. Behringer looking to try to deliver, still can't, gets it back to Viveros, and now Mejia. Johan Mejia, now Jonathan Mejia now. Viveros into the middle, knocked away by Paredes. McGregor heads it to himself. Pineda couldn't quite win that ball from Gotrell, and he's going to back it up to Macias. Garner. Paredes puts that up in the air. Park. Nice play by McGregor, holding Stephen Cooper off. McGregor moving for Bello. And referee calling an advantage there before the ball rolled out. Hoboken 5th last year, 5th the year before that, but they were two very different 5th place finishes. 2 seasons ago, Hoboken were in the race until the last day, as Macias is going to get to that before Pineda. And Pineda took a piece out of him there as he tried to throw it out. Referee signaling advantage as Gotrell moves forward. Gotrell, neat move around Turpak. He just hit it a little too far for himself. Ba to Behringer. Paredes couldn't win it cleanly. CPR flooding forward again. Behringer out on the far side. Mejia. Ba. Cooper with Mike Bello on his tail. Viveros. Morgan. Trying to flick that back. was Buitrago, but it goes all the way back to Macias, and he's going to wait until Viveros forces him to pick it up. They're saying Hoboken was in the running for the playoffs until the very last game 2 years ago. Last season, they came out really well in the first half of the season. They were in 4th place at Christmas. But then they went south. Nothing seemed to go right for them the second half of the year. They didn't win in their first 8 games. Everything from leaking goals to unfortunate red cards. This is Mejia getting the ball in. Buitrago. And it's going to be a goal kick as he flicked that a little bit too quickly for Viveros to get to it. That is going to be, I think, a big focus. And now we've got a second ball on the pitch. So that goal kick is going to be redone. Hoboken do not want to replicate that fall. Last year, like I said, they had just lost their top scorer. Here's Behringer. He's going to go from long. Macias is going to watch that curve wide. They had lost Ali Dawa to Lansdowne Yonkers. And they really struggled to find a consistent center forward. The middle of the first half of the year, they thought they might have something in Luca D'Estasio, but he scored 11 goals in 5 games, but then just won the rest of the way. Epitim forced over the line there. Bello arrived in March for Hoboken and, like I said, scored in every game that he had played in. Jonathan Mejia being chased by Hurtado. McGregor intercepts that pass. Park. Let's see if Hoboken can make a run here. It's really been CPR controlling the flow of play in the opening of this first half, or second half, I should say. Sension, Hurtado, Corriman, Gotrell now moves around Pineda, feeds McGregor, now gets it back. Park. Backing it up to Corriman, and he's just going to swing it all the way back to Macias. And start it again. Buitrago looking to do some mischief on the press there, but Macias holds it well. And yeah, I thought so. Sension was pulled back there. Hoboken, meanwhile, have got some changes coming, and Mike Bello, his afternoon is done. So too is that of Matt Gotrell. Ethan Bazan coming on for Gotrell, number 14, and I believe that's Ramshui Saintville, number 17, that's come on in place of Bello, who deserves the rest he's about to get. He was magnificent today. Epitim trying to flick that around Turpak, didn't quite get it. Ba retains. Corriman Stepping up, Turpak getting it into the middle. McGregor wanted a call there. Morgan upfield. Johan Mejia. Now Jonathan Mejia. Viveros. Pass is intercepted, but so is that one. Turpak. Now Behringer on this near side now. He's been floating all over, but Park pulls that one out. McGregor. Full one to Saint-Ville. Shifty dude. Sencion in the middle. It's poked away by Morgan. And a foul on Sencion there. Saint-Ville, a player who had been without a club over the summer after Kid Super Samba ceased operations, was brought on by Hoboken, scored a great goal in that 5-4 thriller against New York Greek Americans here on this field, and very nearly had a second. He slammed one off the post with his team a man down and tied at 4. That ended up being a 5-4 victory for the Greeks. Elmadi Yusufi scoring a late penalty on that one. Good play there to get the ball away from Saint-Ville. But Hurtado just yanks that one away from Viveros. He's not happy. Here's Epitime. He is shifty in that midfield. Epitime into the middle. Still looking for a tightly angled shot, and that is called as a corner. Not sure if the referee is saying that it came off Juisi or if it came off another defender. Juisi is flabbergasted, saying that he definitely didn't touch it. Just after the hour mark here. It's 5-2. If you'd like to see some more action from the APSL Metropolitan Conference, we've had some action today. Next week on Saturday the 14th, New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms against SC Vistula Garfield. That's at 8 p.m. Ball into the middle, headed away. On Sunday, Leros will face Hoboken at 6 p.m. Zum Schneider and New York Athletic Club at 8. Good play there by Paredes, getting the ball off Viveros. Saint-Ville going shoulder to shoulder with Jonathan Mejia. And there is a whistle here. The assistant on the far side signaled for a Hoboken throw. Referee is giving Johan Mejia a talking to. Meanwhile, some more changes for Hoboken. Joseph Kress has come on for Epitime. Stefan Korelman off the field as well. He'll be replaced by Kobe McGregor. Kevin Santamaria also on the field now. That's into the middle, and McGregor will be called for a foul on Turpak there. That press forcing Turpak into a mistake. Corner. Hoboken have given up a cheap goal or two, but overall it's been pretty much stress-free. Scoring in the 4th minute, the 10th, and the 15th. That was all Bello. Santa Maria. That one gets through. Turpak gonna blast it away. Ethan Bazan giving chase, but it's gonna go out of play. Some changes now for CPR. Alec Pineda is heading off the field, so too Turpak. And it is Ibrahimabah, one of the players that's come on. Kress intercepting that pass. Sonville. Park. Switching that around for Bazan. Santa Maria. Sencion into the middle. Dug out by Cooper with McGregor right behind him. Bazan. Sencion along the byline. And that's a great stop there by Juicy. Sonville. Juicy again. Another corner. Justin Peters, number 3, the other CPR entrant. That ball has popped into the air. Ibrahimabah gets it up, gets it out. Bazan. Kobe McGregor. Just going to back that all the way up to Macias. McGregor got a shove there from Buitrago. Nothing from the referee. Viveros. Paredes with an expert tackle. Today's Game in Frame broadcast is sponsored by Umbro. You can head to umbroteam.com to start designing your team kit for free now. Produced by Umbro, designed and worn by you. Kobe McGregor moves that to Paredes. Paredes, his own goal notwithstanding, has had a good game. That's the only tally that's come in the second half. Park sees Bazan making the run. Peters heads that away. It was a little bit short. But now Santa Maria through the middle. McGregor, not the man. CPR wants to see with the ball there. Peters pokes it away from him. Sencion will retrieve. McGregor again around Morgan, but right to Juicy. Behringer surging through the field. Jonathan Mejia. Now Ibrahim Abba. And that shot is wild. Macias. Hoboken taking their time here. Up 3. Don't really need to be wasting too much time right now, but they're certainly not in a rush. That's a good ball. Or maybe not. Can Bazan get to it? He didn't keep it in. That looked like a good one from Sencion, but it turned out to be a little too much. Cooper. Berenger leaves that to Johan Mejia. Garner facing him, so is Sainville. Hoboken came into the day even in goals scored with Lansdowne and 2 behind New York Greek Americans for the division lead. That has now been eclipsed with the 5 today as that ball shot right through our camera position. McGregor in the back, giving it to Paredes. Kress. McGregor again. Sencion with a heavy touch, but he gets it away from Buitrago before he can do anything with it. Good recovery by Miguel Sencion. Moving it forward now. Sainville. Bamboozles Viveros there. And gets it by Mejia as well. Blocked by Cooper, and Cooper pushes it away. And the referee, seeing a slight touch from Sainville there, it's a great dribble by Sainville. It shows you what he can do. Mejia. Looking for Viveros. Karim Ba. To Ibrahim Ba. And back again. That's flicked up by Viveros. Good roundhouse clearance there by Paredes. And now Hoboken are going to run. Sainville facing Cooper again. Cooper holds firm again. Sainville still. Sainville going to back it up to Santa Maria. He sends that to Sencion. Good takedown, Sencion! Juisi combining with Peters to just scramble that ball away. Berenger barreling forward again. Now Ibrahim Abba looking at the back post. Mejia trying to keep it. Garner flicks it away. Bazan keeping it on the deck. Johan Mejia has stayed down in the Hoboken box, and now the referee is called for a halt. And this might look This looks like it could be a little serious here. Johan Mejia looks like he's in a good amount of pain here. Well, now he's back up. Well, looked worse than it was, which is a good thing. Referee will start us back with a drop ball. Yamil Macias, Park, Paredes, Macias again. Hasn't had a whole lot to do in terms of facing a shot down. CPR's gotten on the board with that own goal, but otherwise haven't gotten a real shot to the ball. Morgan is fouled. He's been beaten up today. A lot of that coming at the hands of Tyler Diaz. Here's Peters. And Karim Ba unable to keep that. And now McGregor in a foot race with Morgan. Morgan loses it, but McGregor's over. Great ball forward. McGregor. And now there is a yellow card out for Mejia, number two on the day for CPR. Mejia had been protesting during the right after he had gone down. He wanted something to be called. Clearly kept on talking. Kobe McGregor now. Buitrago forced him into a corner. Two players now under caution for CPR. Viveros and Mejia. The only player that's been booked in this game for Hoboken was Tyler Diaz. He came off at the half, most likely because of that booking. So he'd been pushing it. Ibrahima Ba. If CPR really want a chance, this is going to be where they want to go, and a foul called. CPR furious. They thought that it was going they thought that whistle should have gone the other way. Kress going to carry it for a bit. McGregor. Ascension. That one a little bit wide. Peters will trigger it back in. Cooper. Any hope of turning this into a game for CPR rests on scoring as quickly as possible. Mejia. And Kress gets that away from him. Mejia still frustrated. Saint-Ville fighting with Jonathan Mejia. Gosh, Saint-Ville so strong. And that is going to be a foul eventually. And another yellow that time for the other Mejia on the field. Ref not quite ready to start play up yet. Saint-Ville has been the biggest source of offense in this second half. Santa Maria. Saint-Ville. Saint-Ville, he gets called for the foul against Mejia that time. And now a yellow out to the assistant on the Hoboken bench. That is some frustration there. Now we'll start up again. Morgan has dropped back into the back four after Zach Golan came off at halftime. Cooper. Cooper looking for somewhere to go with it. Eventually it's Morgan. Viveros. Behringer. He has floated all over the place in this second half to try to facilitate. He's gotten into some dangerous spots, and now a foul, and now a yellow card to Saint-Ville. The yellow's coming thick and fast here in the end phases of this game. Jonathan Mejia trying to flick that around to Peters, but it's headed away. Kress for Saint-Ville. Already shown he can beat Morgan in a foot race once. He does it again. Saint-Ville around the keeper, but he doesn't have the angle to do anything else with it. And Morgan looked like he might have twisted an ankle as he went into that challenge with Saint-Ville. He'll keep going though. Five to 2 as we head into the home stretch. Morgan sends it long, but no one in a red shirt's going to be there to get it. And Paredes gets that away. Behringer, though, with a pickpocket of Kress, and now a high boot. Kobe McGregor, a great defensive play. And an offside flag was also up, I believe, on Buitrago. Cameron McGregor, rather. Conor McGregor is a completely different human. That rolls to Juicy from Sencion. McGregor and Sonville do seem to have switched sides now. That ball takes a big bounce on the turf. It has not been a slick turf at all. Despite all the snow melt and the rain we've been having, this field drains very well. Here's McGregor again. He'll back it out to Sencion. Now Santa Maria. Santa Maria. Park. Sencion. Park again. And he was looking to bring that back to Sencion. Instead, he was a little bit behind him. He wasn't expecting it, but Behringer can't get himself free. Sencion again. Park. Santa Maria. McGregor. McGregor. The shot is blocked by Cooper. Stephen Cooper's had a great game tonight. It's going to go all the way back to Macias. Bazan. Ibrahim Abba. Up in his face quickly. Backed up to Macias. Bazan. He's getting mugged by a couple of guys. That was Viveros, who is playing with a card, so perhaps some care to be taken there. Santa Maria. Sencion. He's going to back that up. Park.
Kobe, take space. Kobe, take space. Take space. Relax, relax. Play around, play around.
Paredes. No real pressure here from CPR.
Yeah, Mike, Mike, Mike.
3-goal advantage. 5 minutes left to go. McGregor. Hoboken will maintain their position behind Lansdowne. Still with a game in hand. Their game against New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms that was supposed to be played in the middle of December, that's a foul on Bazan, has been postponed 3 separate times due to snow. And the 4th date for that match expected to be set by next week. Everyone else has made up the game that was snowed out at the end of December. That ball in, header, over. Buitrago thought he might have pulled one back there. Hoboken. Sonville. Well, the next matchup on the schedule for Hoboken, like we've been mentioning, next week against Leros, that's an opportunity to get a little bit of revenge. Oh, Sencion stealing that one. Flicked it past Juicy, but ultimately bailed out of there. Bazan, good play, all ball. Cress, Santa Maria. And that is the 6th. McGregor getting the congratulations. 6-2. Here with 2 minutes left. Two by McGregor, 3 by Bello. McGregor also with an assist. And here's McGregor again. McGregor, and another one! This time it's Garner! And it's all gone wrong for CPR. Adam Garner scoring his first of the year. McGregor's reached double digits now. He's got 10. And up to 4 assists. "30 seconds of normal time remain." This one got away from CPR early. They were holding gamely on for a while in this second half. But Ascension now, McGregor, he's going to let that go all the way to the keeper. 2 goals in 2 minutes at the end of this half, and that looks like it's going to be it. No stoppage time necessary. A comprehensive win for Hoboken. 3 in the first 15 minutes by Mike Bello. 2 more by McGregor at the end of each half. Adam Garner as well with an own goal sandwiched in between. The goal by Maynor Palacios, along with the own goal by Brian Paredes. Perhaps little consolation as CPR see themselves perhaps in danger of getting sucked further down in the table. Final from Laurel Hill. Hoboken FC 7, Central Park Rangers 2. We'll be right back with some of the players of this match right after this.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, Your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them.
We're back here with Mike Bello of Hoboken FC, the hat-trick hero from the first 15 minutes of this match. You guys looked like you came shot out of a cannon in this match. Was there just a lot of pent-up energy after sitting so long during the winter with all the postponements and all of the waiting?
I think the boys, we were just excited, being back out on the field. Couldn't have picked a better day. The weather's nice and our mentality was start the game sharp, and just go at them. Being clinical in the box, I don't know how it happened, but it's always good to know you still have that touch. Yeah. I'm sorry, I just just the way that you guys were playing, especially in the first half, everything was so fast. Yeah. How do you balance that speed with the control that you guys were showing as well? I think it's more of the midfielders like controlling the tempo of the game, setting the example, and then the rest of the crew just follow suit. We tried to play smart, let the ball do the work, and when we got in the final third, it worked out for us. So that was the plan, to just let the ball do the work, play smart. Obviously, it's our first game out. We didn't want to force too many things, and it just clicked. We just clicked. Sometimes you come out a little bit rusty, but once we got the first goal, the second goal, I think everyone's confidence went high, and that just allowed us to steamroll through the game.
So when you came into the team last year, right, they were in the middle of a really bad stretch. Uh-huh. How is it really a kind of a point of emphasis to avoid that kind of thing last year? Because you guys are really sore, and you guys, it's very similar to how Hoboken finished the first half last season. Yeah. What are you guys telling yourselves to avoid that kind of skid this time around? I
think the plan is to obviously go for the league, right? We definitely want to see. I think we have a very good shot at winning it this year, so we take it game by game. Our mentality is to stay strong in these type of games where we go out on top, but take that mentality into the next game. Work together. The chemistry has to stick. We work hard at training, and then we bring that momentum into our games. I think obviously with the manager helping us out, Matty, to just follow through, stay positive, and see how it goes. Obviously the rough spell was gone now, so this is like a fresh start for us. We don't dwell on the past. Our eyes are on first place, and fingers crossed with the quality we have, we can make it come true.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you everyone at home for watching. One final time, our final score from Laurel Hill Park: Hoboken FC 7, Central Park Rangers 2. I'm Sam Lopresti for Game and Frame, and we'll see you for our next match.
Appreciate it, man.